time! Hello and welcome to another Figma review. Today we're going to have a look at the Figma number 451. It's Archer Jeanne d'Arc, which is basically swimsuits! Yay! I really don't know what's up with the Archer class when it comes to women, that they're usually in a swimsuit. What is this? Beach class? I don't know. I don't care, but it's cool and I like it, so let's have a look at it. It's beach time! I mean, it is summertime, so it does fit. Let's have a look at size of this gal. She stands at 14, almost 14 and a half centimeters because of them high heels, them sandals with them big heels under there. That means we're going up to 5.6 inches tall overall. Look and detail of the figure. It is Jeanne d'Arc in a swimsuit, but it's a pretty cool design with the hoodie and everything going on. I like it. So first and foremost, you got the face with the blue eyes, the long strains going down. She does have a headband, paint job on that, has a tiny bit of bleeding on the edges. It's nothing too bad though, and it's kind of like the theme of this one. There are some issues with the paint, but not really that much. Then we go down, you got the big braid in the back and some more strains going down with all of this. Very nicely molded. I like the flow of it, also that it kind of takes a little bit of a turn over here. They did put, however, this swivel in this, which is awful, and then you got a hairband to wrap up the ponytail in the back. Nice and spiky also. Love the mold overall, looks good, looks nice, has a good color. And speaking of color, also they painted the arms by the look of it, and the entire chest area is just like blue, a little bit rubbery plastic, but I think it does have the same color, even like to the ball joints. It's really impressive actually. Like sometimes it really stands out weirdly, but in this situation I think they line up the colors pretty well. Now for your fan service part, there's the boobage with her bikini, and do you see that? It seems like it's a bit shiny in the middle of the cleavage, and I'm not perving around, it's just like it's quite fascinating. Why is that? Why did they do that? What happened there? Do I want to know? I don't know. Then you got the lines over here which are sloppily painted, and that's really the only part. It's really on the edges it goes a bit awry. You won't notice it that much, but it is there. Then you have the nice detail in the chest area with the ribbon and the paint, one more printed on there. And yes, I don't know how well you see this under the camera, but she does have some nips peeking through a little bit, so I don't know. Whoop, whoop. Not made for children. Well, my videos aren't made for children anyway, but I hope this might be a bit of an issue. But anyway, the zipper is incredibly nicely painted. I love it. Usually with that we have bleeding, we have stuff that goes over the line. Not in this case. It looks absolutely fantastic, and it goes all the way through. It gets broken up by this entire thing over here, but we'll get to that. This is soft plastic, so this will not hinder your articulation as you move down to it's pantsuit time. Well, technically it's not a pantsuit. It's a swimsuit. But anyway, you have some detail in there, which is pretty nice. There's a butt, and it's a pantsuit that you can extract. So you have two motions here with, again, I'll get to that with the articulation. But if you want more pantsuit, boom, you pull it out, and you got more. If you like less pantsuit, if you have a little bit more hidden, then you can put it back in. You have a thigh, what do you call that? Thigh band, I guess. If there's a name for that, I'd love to know, let me know. You also have the symbol over there, which looks pretty nice. Paint job on it as well, same thing. The white looks good, and the mold on it looks pretty nice. Although, is it just me or is the skin tone kind of peeking through? Which I'm not even hating. It's supposed to be a little bit of a see-through thing, so I dig it overall. As I move down to the shoes, have some more detail on there. They are shiny, also have a tiny bit of paint bleeding on the edges, but there's nothing really to be concerned about. Also same thing over here. So yeah, the white is kind of not the cleanest, but it's okay. I'm not mad about it. Toes are nicely molded, and then you have them big shoes, and it's overall a very cool design. Now for your articulation, I'm going to start it off with the braid. You have the big ball hinge in there, but I think it also ends on a ball joint on the braid itself, so you have some wiggle motion in there, can bring that up and down, and then obviously with the big hinge got some pretty good motion in there if you turn it around. If you can turn around the ball itself, there you go. If I can get it a little bit of wiggle, obviously can bring the hinge all the way down. And then you have this awful swivel over there. I don't know why they're doing that. I guess it's an option, but it completely breaks up the sculpt, so I don't like it. Also, this is movable, and the lower part of the braid is also, can rotate that, swivel it around. Then for your head articulation, does go forward quite a bit. Doesn't really go that much to the back because it's obviously blocked with the entire braid thing. Does tilt side to side and does go all the way around, no problem there. Now for your shoulder articulation, this is like what they've been doing recently a lot. They have the big ball hinge in the shoulder and another ball joint in the chest area with a peg in between of it. So you got some big good motion with it, and you can tuck it back in. Still wiggles around pretty nicely. But yeah, it's one of those pull out and tuck it back in. With the hinge, goes up, very nice, has some rotation in it also. Then you got ball hinge in the elbow and another ball hinge in the hand, goes back, forward, rotates around. And for your chest articulation, actually I haven't even tried that out yet. First time going forward, not really that much. It does go to the back quite a bit. And I'm trying over here, and it does not really get that much. Swivel side to side, and yeah, I don't really know. I think there's nothing going on in the chest, it's just at the lower part over here. And as such, it is kind of limited. Yeah, I don't really get that much out of the chest area. Now for the crotch piece, as already shown you, you can pull it out, get some nice rotation, swivels left and right. Not really all the way around. I mean, I'm not trying to force it, but it does get more than enough range. Then you got the legs, move forward, move out to the side, moves to the back, rotation in it, completely unhindered. Then you got ball hinge in the knee and the foot. There's another ball hinge forward, back, and does tilt inside quite a bit. Outside, not so much. And there you go. You got a bunch of cool accessories, very unique for basically everything, man. So starting off with the faces, have one kind of shy looking to the side and one smiling face. This one is wholesome, I like this, but I usually don't use faces where they have the eyes closed because I like the eyes, so I don't know. Got a handbag, which simple enough. Paint is nicely done. This is surprisingly tough plastic. I thought it would be a little bit more rubbery. It is kind of rubbery, but still. Anyway, you got the lining work on there, which looks nice, and the green. And for your hands, you got opening hands to hold, I guess, the hula hoop. Then you got one with a pack for the ball and the swim tire, which we'll get to. Fist hands and more regular holding hands. And one kind of open hand, I guess, to kind of hold the ball if you don't want to use this. And that's all we got for that. There's a hula hoop, just some white and green. Looks nice. Well, turquoise, right? It's just a hula hoop, plastic. It's a little bendable. No, it doesn't break off immediately. Then you got a ball, which looks pretty shiny for a ball. I don't know. Have the hole in there, again, for the hand, which I like that you have a solid connection between those two things. Otherwise, I would never use this. I would never use it if it doesn't have a peg on it. It looks nice, so anyway. And finally, you got swim tire, which it's kind of weird that this is such hard plastic. I would expect this to be kind of a little bit more rubbery, kind of a little bit more squishy, because it's a swim tire. It's just like, well, it's a figure though, but I'm just saying, in my head, I feel like it should be a little bit squishy. Anyway, you got some nice flower symbols on there, and a blue going all throughout it, and then you got the pack hole over there, same thing, you can put it in the hand. And as with every other Figma, you got the Figma base with all these pieces and your Figma bag, and let's go around over your accessories. Final thoughts for this figure. Upon further review, there is more motion in the torso than I thought, but it's really pulled back by the entire plastic hoodie stuff going around it. I really figured that out as I was playing around with it, trying to get her into this pose. I mean, it's still possible. You can still have her sit in the swim tire, as you can tell. But, yeah, still, articulation in the torso is not the greatest. But I am in love with this design. I like what they did there. I like what they picked here, basically. That you have a swimsuit, but also you kind of have the hoodie thing going over it. It's done very nicely. It's done in a smart way, where it doesn't really break up the sculpt, and it still looks nice, and it still looks nice, and it still has good articulation. You have some paint bleeding, but in this situation, it's pretty minimal, so I can forgive it, especially considering all the cool accessories you're getting with this one. The beach ball, swim tire, hula hoop, the bag and whatnot. So it's also one of these things, like a lot of people like to play around and use the accessories on other Figmas, and this is totally one of those. Also, by the way, as you can tell, you can put the base into the swim tire. Also, same with the beach ball. That's why they kind of have like a big peg hole like that. So you can play around with that and do some cool poses. And that is really where this figure shines. As such, I will recommend it 100%. I love it. And very cool idea, accessories, and pretty well executed with some small slips here and there. Anyway, that's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever. Jeanne d'Arc in the Lancer version once. Did I say Lancer? What the hell?